it's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk. Hey, let's talk about the patience game, fellas. Sometimes a little bit of patience is going to help you out. Initial positioning is hugely important. I recommend you figure out good places to go, you assess your teams, do all those good things we talk about. That's important. I was doing that here, although to be honest, I wasn't so jazzed. We have a Skoda, which is good, myself, 2 tier 8s, we have a BZ and a Juto moving in here, and all of a sudden I'm seeing the Contradictus in the 703 122. So 2 of our top heavies are here. That's a good thing. As is 2 of theirs, and you're going to see that they get a little bit more. We have a good amount of beef up in the middle. There are choppers up there as well, the enemy chopper. So I see those 2. I'm thinking, okay, we can handle this. We got it. Let's keep working on it. All right, they got an IS-2. All right. Swing around here, see what we can do with the 122. Oh, okay, the T-32's here. Okay, so I'm starting to not like this as much right here. And I'm starting to see that we might have a bit of an overmatch in the middle. See how the 44-100 has the middle? And the guys are pushing across and they should be taking out the chopper. Our Tiger 2 is over there. And we're a bit out-beefed here, right? So there's no reason getting super stupidly aggressive. Try to shoot him in the... Well, I was going to try to shoot him between the barrels, I guess, but I didn't take that shot. And I don't really want to give him any more shots. Just as an aside, this is the stock turret on this tank, which is much weaker than the top turret, but the top turret has a great big old massive hatch to shoot on the top. I don't know, man. I'm going to have to look into it. It might be worth just using the stock turret. At least you won't get your hatch pinged.
Need your help.
BZ's asking for help. Let's assess the situation. We're still in the middle. Looks like they're pushing in. The Juto got a little over-aggressive right there. And I just don't see, based on what they have, any benefit in pushing up there and letting them take hit points. Okay, so their Contradictus is there. He might actually have the big turret on there, actually. So I'm going to be patient. That's the point of this whole thing. I'm waiting for that middle group, and I'm seeing that over on the west side, they're starting to win that fight as well. And pretty quickly, I'm expecting somebody to come in behind these guys, and we just lost our over-aggressive Juto. Skoda's doing a nice job holding on. And the enemy team is being patient too, but unfortunately for them, that's not what they need to be doing. They have an overmatch here. It's not a massive overmatch, but they need to figure out how to beat us because they've lost the middle and they're getting pressed in the west there. Their XM is either AFK or camping. That doesn't help them at all. Thank goodness that dude didn't show up. So I'm not sure any amount of patience would have helped. But that's the situation and what is called for at this point. I don't like it. I'd love to be in there taking damage. And oftentimes I push too hard in these situations. But I just wanted to show this today because it can be useful. Now, I'm not going to have a massive game, which sucks. I could also reposition, and I thought about that. Just let me pause real quick. Notice that the 703 left. That's huge for us. That's huge. The 703 left, we don't have to deal with him anymore. He noticed a situation in the middle, so he's trying to go fix that. And that's what I was hoping to see. Some of these guys get peeled away because they're losing on the other flanks. That's what we preach. It's what you probably would do, is try to go help or figure it out. If your team's not going to push here, go be useful somewhere. Well, I didn't really have that option. I felt like if I left this place, then we're going to get overrun based on what they had. But now it's more even. Based on watching the situation, the 703's peeled off, and we're going to be careful here for a little bit longer. I'm hoping to see the 703 die. There we go. Tiger 2's done a nice job. I'm noticing his marker come on down here. Now, I don't know if he's necessarily going to get in behind them, because there's a lot of open area on that road that he can be shot by, say, the XM or anything else that's camping. However, if you look at what they have, there's not a whole lot. What could be camping? The T-25-2, maybe, and if the XM is alive, which I don't know. He was last seen right there. That makes me feel like maybe he's AFK, but I don't know. We're not seeing him right now. So we're going to hang out. We're going to be very patient here. And it's just myself and the Skoda at this point. Right? We just lost the BZ. He went somewhere else. All right. We're in good shape. Skoda takes a hit from the Skoda T45. To be honest, I wish I'd have pushed a little bit sooner right here and got a little more aggressive. This is not a case of me saying that I have figured out this game and I do everything right at all times. Okay, boom, we take a hit from him. No, okay, I'm going to reprioritize this guy. We'll deal with the IS-2 in a minute. Oh, T-32's coming at me now. Maybe I can make him miss. No, he got a piece of me. That's fine. Skoda should be reloaded pretty quickly. I'll go finish off the IS-2. I'm probably going to eat another shot, and I do. Put one shot into him. He's got a long reload. Drive up here. He's kind of screwed. He knows it. Boom. And we shut that guy down. 935 damage. It's pretty much over. They're Contradictus. He peeled off, went that way. Patience. We were winning in all other places. I didn't want to leave this flank and allow these guys to get rolled over. I don't think it would have mattered too much for the end game if we'd have got run over, but it would have been more difficult with that group of tanks alive or all of them able to switch back to the middle or come around behind us. So as it was, we served a purpose. Again, like I said, it's not my favorite thing to do. One of those actually ricocheted. That was a bummer. To be patient like that, but sometimes that's what's called for. Assess the situation, look at the game, how things are going, and if a little patience is, that was really weird. I actually got that shot low roll at 217. Actually, this might be still a stock gun, is that right? 230, yes, so I'm still running the stock gun right here. That's not the upgraded gun at 280 Alpha. Like I said, sometimes a little bit of patience. I probably waited a little longer than I should have, but I'm glad I didn't push in and try to get aggressive. Say we got aggressive against that overmatch real early and lost a bunch of hit points, that could have changed the whole complexion of the game right there. I noticed that the Skoda was being careful, I was being careful, so was the BZ. It's like, all right, let them come, we'll work them over as best we can, deal with it. But then we started looking at it, the middle's one, then we noticed one of their guys got peeled off, okay. Then I think they realized that they had to do something because they were losing in every other direction, so they made an unwise push. We take them down, and then I realized, of course, the Contradictus a little bit later actually peeled off as well, and we roll them up. So only a 1,300 damage game with 135 assists and a couple kills, but ends up being a W. Sometimes the W's come through a little bit of patience. See ya. Bonus footage, lest you think that I believe or that everything I say is the perfect plan in this game. Armor not hit. I had a lot of patience in this game. I hung out in the factories here. I worked a couple different angles, tried to get shots, did everything I thought I could do. Faced off against the CC-56, shot him in the heavy turret armor with really crappy APCR pen. Is this the... No, this is still, I think, the stock gun maybe? Or do I have the gun now? I still have the stock gun. You know, did my level best, tried to be patient. This was not too long after the video I just showed you, or the game I just showed you, and no amount of patience was going to help me on this one. It's one of those situations where I went to what I thought was a really good initial position for the tank. Generally is. Unfortunately, faced down the SMV, which is about the worst tank I could have faced because his weak spots on the turret are about nil, and I just wasn't hitting his lower plate when he showed it to me. And now we are, you know, 5.5 minutes into the game, and I got nothing. I have no hit points of damage. We have no real capability of winning this game. We're just really getting wrapped up in every direction. And I'm bouncing this other chopper here, or this chopper. Don't hit me. He's shooting other people. Good. You know, you got to pick the best plan that you have at the time and go with it. Patience can be a virtue in this game, but sometimes no amount of patience is going to help you. I thought maybe the XM would look at someone else, but he was staring me down. I'm just trying to find an angle. At this point, I just want some hit points. Let's see if we can maybe shoot this guy. All right, revenge on him. Hey, finally got some shots. Made him miss. Fantastic. Oh, I love it. I love it. So like so many things in this game, sometimes a plan is great in one situation and not necessarily great in another. Or it's a good plan, but things, what's the word I'm looking for? Things conspire against you, let's put it that way. Like teams, things like teams. You'll notice that my team didn't do a whole bunch right there, but we got 793 damage, and I got vengeance on the SMV that pinned me down, but wow, we got absolutely rolled up right there. Patience can be important. Realize that it's not the end-all be-all, and sometimes, as we've talked about in the past, if you're being patient one place and you're not doing something else more important elsewhere, that can also be a problem. That's all I really got for today. Have a great one. See ya. I need patience on how to make this go away. There we go.